Good morning, everybody. Not going to be on camera this morning. Just wanted to share the amazing sunrise that we have going on right. This is from the Fox 10 Phoenix website. They have webcams all over. This is the downtown Phoenix webcam. Of course, it's facing east. That's Case Field, where that you're seeing in the foreground. That's where the Phoenix Suns, no, Arizona Diamondbacks play. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if anybody's gonna see this, but it looks amazing. If I lived in a second floor apartment here, like right above where my apartment is, I could see this in person. But there's I'm on the first floor and there's houses houses to my east with tall roofs. But yeah, I get asked all the time, why do I live in Arizona? Because everybody's like, it's so hot. It's so hot. You get used to the heat. When my wife first moved here, she couldn't stand the heat. Her third year here, she had fully acclimated to the heat. And if it's 90, she has a hoodie on. But yeah, just a absolutely gorgeous sunrise. And again, this is the Fox 10 Phoenix website. Oh, let me so this is what the website looks like. And now let's go out to Glendale. This is right next to the Arizona Cardinals football stadium. This is looking west all the way through Phoenix. Like all the way on the left of the picture here, you can see th- some of the taller buildings that would be in what we call uptown Phoenix. I wish you could see the mouse on the screen, but of course you can't. But yeah, just a absolutely gorgeous sunrise this morning. Uh-oh, my neighbor forgot something. He literally just pulled out of his parking spot a minute ago. He didn't even close the door. He must be running late. I mean, of course, the sun's coming up. I love how everybody's like, there's mountains in Phoenix. You're looking at them. That's why I will live nowhere else. I think Phoenix is the most beautiful city ever. And yes, we have dirty, disgusting parts like every city and town does. But where can you see mountains like this while living in a desert? I absolutely love it. Now this is what the website is. If you guys want to go look it up, you just type in Box 10 Phoenix and then type in webcams. There's the Arizona Cardinals football stadium. Let's see what Sedona looks like. Oh, there we go. The Red Rocks of Sedona. Now, here's a little tidbit of trivia about Sedona, Arizona. There's only one McDonald's in the whole entire world that is allowed to not have golden arches. And that's the one in Sedona, Arizona. The arches are turquoise. Sedona is like an hour and a half drive away from me. I will be going up there one of these days to do a video for my Explore Arizona channel. But yeah, just imagine living here in any of those houses that you see. And that is basically your backyard. The Red Rocks of Sedona, Arizona. Let's go back and check the sunrise. Now this is downtown Phoenix. That's Chase Field, that building there. The roof slides open, just like the roof of the Arizona Cardinals football stadium. It slides open. Actually, the Arizona Cardinals football stadium is a really unique stadium, being that it's a grass field, not AstroTurf, a real grass field that slides out of the stadium to be watered and to get sunlight. And so the stadium could be used for concerts and car shows and indoor RV shows. And then when it comes time for a game, the field slides back in. I think it takes 90 minutes. Back in the day when I was working for a company setting up concerts, I set up a lot of concerts there. One concert, the group One Direction, it was a boy band that was really popular. Took a crew of 100 people 3 days to set up. Their stage was crazy. And it was all built out of scaffolding. Now let's go look at Tempe, Arizona. That's Tempe Town Lake. That is Loop 202, that busy road you're looking at. I've driven that road many, many, many times. And you could see people out there on kayaks and stuff enjoying the water. There goes the light rail across. I've ridden the light rail many, many, many times. Actually, from here in Mesa all the way to Central Phoenix at the Metro Center Mall, which it isn't a mall anymore. Now they're tearing it down, but it's a 2-hour ride. Now, once they get the southern part of it open, I heard it's supposed to open up in June. I think June 6th. I will ride it and figure out how to ride the southern part of it. Now let's go look at. Oh, here's Phoenix South Mountain. They've got all the cameras on this morning. Okay, where's that at? That's Seattle. All right. There's still snow on the mountain in Seattle. Why isn't the South Mountain camera working? And that is Flagstaff, Arizona. Way up in the mountains. I think the elevation of Flagstaff is like 7,000 feet. Being that I got a bad heart that really doesn't process oxygen that good, I can stay in Flagstaff for about 3 hours, and then I need to be leaving. Me and my wife stopped at a some kind of fast food place to eat. Oh, it was a Wendy's. We stopped there to eat on one of our trips coming back from Ohio, and it was about 2.5 hours that we were just kind of chilling, trying to get our nerves up to come down the I-17 in the middle of the night after we had been driving for 12 hours, knowing that there was road construction all the way down. And I was like, all right, babe, we need to go. And she was like, why? And I'm like, it's starting to get hard to breathe. I will be going up there to do some videos, but I will have to leave and like go to Holbrook, which is east of there. That's where my wife and I spent the night at the Wigwam Motel. I just uploaded that video to my channel. If you haven't seen it. Very cool place to go stay. I think there's only 2 Wigwam motels left in the whole U.S. And you have to make reservations, and you're paying for the experience. You're not paying for the nicety of the place or the amenities or how comfy the bed is. You're paying for the experience. And I think it was like $115 a night. But I mean, other than the one on the East Coast, I think the one there in Holbrook, Arizona is the only other one. And of course, we froze our butts off because we went there and it was 30 degrees when we got there. It was very, very cold. Now I know a lot of you will probably be like, 30 degrees isn't cold. Well, think about it. The average high temperature here in Phoenix is 110. So that's a humongous temperature drop. Let me do some quick math in my head. That's about an 80-degree temperature drop. So if it's 80 degrees in the summertime where you're at, that would mean that it would be 0. And sorry, I don't have my webcam on. I was just sitting here. I wanted to see what the sunrise was looking like. And I was like, yeah, it looks amazing this morning. And I will probably get somebody emailing me that this is a news and politics channel. Why are you showing this? Because every time I do a driving and talking video, I get somebody emailing me. You know who you are. Stop emailing me. It's my channel. I will upload whatever videos I want. Because that person doesn't have a YouTube channel. The way I see it, you don't have a YouTube channel with current videos on it, then you have no right to say what's on anybody's channel. The sun's gonna blast this camera here in about 5 minutes. But I just love whoever's in charge of all these cameras, because if something's going on, whether it be an awesome sunrise or a storm or an awesome sunset, they will turn these cameras to where the best view is. And there is no audio on this. So you just got to sit here and listen to me. And if you've never seen an Arizona sunset, after this camera gets flared out, I will see if I can find some pictures. Or if you're just really interested in Arizona, go on to Google Maps and start following the interstates, because you will see little camera icons on it. And that's normally where the touristy stuff is, like Hole in the Rock and Window Rock. Hole in the Rocks here in the Phoenix area. Window Rock is up on Interstate 40. You got all the red rocks of Sedona, Arizona. Like, if me and my wife could afford 2 cars, then I would be twice a week doing videos on my Arizona channel, because YouTube will monetize that in a heartbeat, because they're already putting ads on that channel. If I go from my Broken Patriot channel to watch Explore Arizona video, there's an ad on it. And those videos, even the time-lapse videos, me just driving somewhere, get a minimum of 100 views. But like Tim Pool was talking about, it's right after a election and people are tired of news and politics. Me, I just want stuff to get done. And I know everybody's like, it takes time, it takes time, it takes time. Well, people, we don't have time. We got a year and a half till the midterms. 3.5 years till we're voting for a new president. And Monday, I did a live stream, and I said in there after J.D. Vance did his speech, if he runs for president, he's going to be a good president. And I commented Vance Hegseth, and some people watching it liked it because I think J.D. Vance and Pete Hegseth being our next president and vice president, that would be awesome. But I know who the Democrats have planned. They've already been out campaigning. If you haven't been paying attention, AOC and Bernie Sanders have already been all buddy out going and talking to everybody. And from what I've seen, AOC's toned down her crazy. So, like I said on Trump's last term, don't just automatically assume that the Republicans are going to win every time. Because Trump can't run for office again. I know people are trying to get him to run for office again because they're saying he didn't have 2 consecutive terms. That's got to get voted in. And with the amount of rhinos that we have in the House and Senate, it ain't gonna happen. I don't think Trump wants to run again. Trump's almost 80 years old. He just wants to work on his businesses and sit back and relax. Okay, so let's go back to Sedona, Arizona. If I had the money, this would be where I would live. But oh my God, it is so expensive there. Because it's been all gentrified and it's a big tourist spot. It's super expensive to live there. Like, it's super expensive to just go stay in a hotel room. There, the sun's coming up. Like a cheap hotel in Sedona is $150 a night. And we're talking like Motel 6 style place. Hopefully, maybe because there's just the right amount of clouds, we will have the Arizona flag show up. Because if you've ever seen an Arizona state flag, that's the sunrise in the morning. I've seen it probably a dozen times, and it will make people like pull over and stop. Like it almost brings this city to a halt when we get an Arizona flags sunrise, because it only lasts for like 5 minutes. Let's go check out Tippy Town Lake. Oh, there's some people out there on the lake. Come on. Now, I've never went kayaking or anything, but maybe one of these days. Maybe go there and do a live stream. And this isn't like an actual lake. This is just a river that runs through Phoenix, and they dam it up to make this lake. It's basically like every other lake. Like Lake Mead is the Colorado River. Yeah, I'm going to give it another 10 minutes and then I'm off to bed. It's been a rough night. And if you haven't seen that YouTube short that I did, I got denied for monetization again. They didn't give me a reason. I freaking, I think it's wrong that they don't give me an exact reason. It's just my channel doesn't uh, fit the monetization guidelines. And like I said in my YouTube short that I also posted to my TikTok, social media doesn't like the truth. A lot of conservatives don't like the truth. I've been asked numerous times, I thought you were a Trump supporter. What happened? Have you ever seen me with Trump gear on? Yes, I voted for him. But when he does something wrong, I will quickly point it out. And he's did a lot of wrong. Or not done stuff that he said that he was going to do. See, that's even more of a irk to me when somebody says they're going to do something and they don't do it. Case in point, when Trump was on the stage with Hillary Clinton, and he said that if he becomes president, he's going to lock her up. Well, Hillary's still walking free, and old Pam Bondi, was all about, we're going to get the Epstein files out there so everybody can see it. Yeah, that was a crap show. And then how Kash Patel and Dan Bongino were both like, yeah, Epstein didn't, unalive himself. Really? The Dan Bongino that was in that interview is not the same Dan Bongino that was doing his live shows. Not the same person. And like what everybody on the Tim Pool podcast was talking about, that maybe when somebody gets elected or somebody gets appointed, that some people walk in there with a manila envelope and hand it to them. And inside that manila envelope is a picture of JFK. It's like you either stay in line or what happened to him will happen to you. It's really sad that stuff like that happens. Oh, there's more painters. I've never understood why painters wear white. Oh, look at the birds flying over. But yeah, absolutely beautiful sunrise. And the street sweepers. I bet there's over 1,000 street sweepers here in the Phoenix area. Now, when I say Phoenix area, it's the whole valley. Because I've had people say, well, Phoenix ain't that big. And I'm like, I'm not just talking about Phoenix. I'm talking about the whole valley. From as far west as you can go to still be what I consider the Phoenix Valley, which is 303 and Grand Avenue, all the way out past me out to Queen Creek, which Queen Creek is here. I will. How far is Queen Creek from my current location?
The drive from your location to Queen Creek is 16.7 miles.
16.7 miles. Some people say Florence is the farthest east. But the whole Phoenix Valley is massive. I mean, just from my place to my daughter's place, driving 70 miles an hour. It takes an hour to make that trip. It takes 2 hours if I take the light rail. And that's not even all the way to her place. It's probably a 30-minute bus ride from my home here to the end of the light rail. and then 2 hours on the light rail. And then it's probably another 20 minutes of driving for my daughter to come from her house to the end of the light rail on the other side. People just don't understand how humongous Phoenix is. Like most of our surface streets are 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. This street here is probably 35. But like the street right in front of my apartment complex, that's 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. And the apartments on the left side here are really expensive. And what's sad but understandable is when I was driving for that turf company, it was called A&G Turf Equipment. We sold commercial lawnmowers and weed eaters and stuff. When I first started for that company years ago, this was all fields. All this stuff has been built up in the last 15 years. Like every day I got to see Cardinal Stadium being built. I got to see that whole area being built. And that's Cardinal Stadium right there. It's supposed to look like a rattlesnake coiled up. Let's do one more look at the sunrise, and then I'm going to sign off and go to bed. And this is a free website for anybody to use. Oh, I said that I was going to look up. I was going to look up the Arizona monsoon sunsets. Okay, so let's go switch to the Arizona monsoon sunsets. Here we go. Hopefully this is going to show up. Yeah. Arizona has some of the best sunsets. I've seen times where it looked like cotton candy. Just absolutely gorgeous. And you could ask truck drivers. what state has the best sunsets? And if they've ever seen an Arizona monsoon season sunset, they will say Arizona. I remember it was back in the 90s when I was a truck driver, and I saw an Arizona monsoon sunset. I pulled my truck over and I was like, whoa. Because it was just the most craziest thing I'd ever seen. With the sky looking like that. Now that's a picture you can buy, but that's an actual sunset pic. I've had people tell me this can't be real. And I'm like, oh, but it is. It is real. Superstition Mountains. Basically, the closest mountain range to where I live. I won't go out there because you can look it up. There's some weird stuff going on there. I won't go out there. Uh-uh. The Lost Dutchman gold mine and all of that. Uh-uh. Here's Gilbert, Arizona. This is where my wife and I go to Walmart, and you guys have came with us to Walmart. It's in Gilbert. But yeah, this picture looks fake, but this is 100% real. Just some of the best sunsets and sunrises ever. Here we go. Let me see if I can type this in. See if they've got it here. Oh yeah, here. Look at that. That's why the Arizona flag, which is this, is basically this or this. Just absolutely amazing. I know the first time I saw that, I'm like, what in the world? And my boss was like, yeah, that's why our Arizona flag is how it is. You can see here's a picture of it. And I'm like, no way. See? And it only happens for like 5 minutes. And if you can't catch it, it's gone. I've had people ask me the whole time that I've been here, why did you move here? And I'm like, this has got to be the most beautiful state I've ever lived in. And I've lived in 7 different states. Like when I was a truck driver, I drove in every state that you could drive a truck to, including Alaska. I had a person ask me once, well, why, why didn't you drive to Hawaii? And it's like, well, semi trucks don't float. I mean, what other state has the Grand Canyon in it? There's a picture of downtown Phoenix. It's just amazing that everybody thinks that it's just sand. And here's a shot that's been in I don't know how many different movies. That's Arizona. I know one movie it was in. It was in Forrest Gump. Oh, here's Hole in the Rock. Big tourist spot. You can see all the people here. My daughter says that I can make it there. You have to hike up to it, but she's adamant that I can make it there. And I'm like, I don't want to make it there. I just want somebody to go there that won't end up and take my phone to film. Because see, it's here. So it's like you have to walk all the way up there and everything. Whoa, back up. I thought it was funny. It was probably a couple years ago. Me and my wife went back to her hometown of Findlay, Arizona, and we were actively looking for a place to move to. We looked at different houses for rent, different uh, apartments. She had contacted a place that was like, yeah, as soon as you get here, we'll get you working right now. Because she'd be making the same amount of money, but our rent would be like, for a 2-bed, 2-bath, it'd be like $1,000 a month. And Findlay, Ohio is known as Flag City, USA. Now, what better of a place for me to live than a city that's dripping in the American flag? I mean, it's everywhere. So we talked about it all the way back. Like, how would we move? How could we get all of our stuff there? And I'm like, we just have to get rid of everything that we don't absolutely need and rent a U-Haul truck and a trailer and take 3 days to get there. And she was like, 3 days? It only takes 2 in a car. And I was like, yes, dear, because we're doing 85 miles an hour. But I don't think you want to be in a U-Haul truck going 85 miles an hour. And she was like, no. I'm like, so it would take us 3 days to get there. But then as soon as we got back into Arizona, as soon as we crossed from New Mexico into Arizona, she was all like, yeah, we're not moving. And I'm like, I'm glad you said that. Because just the beauty of this state. And just, simple facts of like, it's only really hot for like 3 months. And then it's amazing. And I bet people say, well, don't you miss the snow? If I want to go play in the snow, it's a 2.5 hour drive. Then I could come right back to Phoenix and put on my basketball shorts and my Crocs and have a barbecue. I mean, there's so much stuff that I want to put on the video here that if I did 3 videos a week, it would probably take me 10 years. I mean, because we have a meteor site here. Arizona Meteor Crater. This is in northern Arizona. If you've ever driven on Interstate 40 through Arizona, you've driven right past this. This is a real thing that you can go there and see. You just same as this woman here standing there on the edge of it. I want to video this. Here's a plane flying over it. Here's a map. Oh, hang on. But yeah, I want to go video this. I want to go to the Petrified National Forest. I want to ride the Grand Canyon Railroad. Let's look at that. The Grand Canyon Railroad in winter. Yes. You can go up to Williams, Arizona and ride a steam train to the Grand Canyon. And before I die, I will go see the Grand Canyon. Me and my wife have already talked about it. We were planning on doing it this fall, but we need to save money to move. Let's just see. Grand Canyon winter. Yeah, look at those pics. Now tell me your state is as beautiful as this. And then you go walk out on this rock ledge and see all of this. This has made people emotional. Just imagine being this woman here, standing there looking out at that. Just simply amazing. Here we go. Let me type this in. Sedona, Arizona in winter. Now, this is an hour and a half away from me. And if you guys haven't seen the videos, my wife and I went on her birthday up to Prescott Valley, Arizona in the wintertime. And we went to Jerome, Arizona. Ate some amazing food at the Haunted Hamburger. I mean, look at this. Now, there's no way in hell I would have my ass up there, but just simply the most beautiful state ever. There's a guy on TikTok. His TikTok name is Ivan, and he's made some amazing TikTok videos here because he lives here, and he will find just the right music and the right road, and there is no more beautiful place in this world. I mean, you just sitting here, your feet hanging over the edge, which probably isn't the smartest thing to do, but just amazing. Oh, like I said earlier, Sedona, Arizona is the only McDonald's in the whole world with turquoise arches. The only one. Well, they call it teal green. It's not teal green, it's turquoise. But yeah, everywhere else, the arches are golden. But yeah, just imagine living there. And that is right out your window. Just um, amazing. There's been rumored that there's healing properties just being in this area. Wow. Imagine getting married there. And you can see there's a lot of wedding photos. Because years ago, when I was a truck driver, when I was coming to Phoenix for a load, I was like, oh God, gonna go to the middle of the desert. It's gonna be sand everywhere. No. Here, let's go to one last place. Window Rock. If you've ever been on Interstate 40 in northern Arizona, you drive right past Window Rock. Because here's a map, and Interstate 40 is right across the top of the state. Here you can see it on this map. It's right there. It's literally like 10 minutes off of the interstate, and it's in the Navajo Nation. Oh, here's a picture of it in the wintertime. Just simply amazing. Like here. This is on the Indian reservation. Just look right out the window and see all that. Just amazing. Well, everybody, I'm going to end the stream. It's time for me to get some sleep. So have a great day.